Now, to create the life that you want, you have to create the man that you want to be. Now, people often get this mistaken, as they're too busy trying to materialize or build the life that they want without understanding that we need to change ourselves. And it's as simple as that. Now, don't overcomplicate this. Yes, it's challenging and tough, but when you understand how the mind works on a higher level, then ultimately you can dictate your results, you can dictate your actions, and you can dictate and understand or have a higher awareness on the outcomes that you're going to achieve. Now, man, there was a point in my time where I had nothing, absolutely nothing. Self-esteem, non-existent. Self-confidence, non-existent. Income was not there, had no job, right? Didn't believe in who I was or what I wanted to be. And I didn't have anyone guiding me in the right way. But what I did have when I reached this point was a desire to be better. A desire to know more and understand why I get into this position and why I was feeling the experience results that I was experiencing at the time. And I started getting into studying the mind, studying results, and I eventually filled up 8 A4 books with notes on men that have succeeded and how they operated and got themselves to a certain level. And I still study a lot today, and I'm trying to more so do it over the past 6 months. We're building our business, we're growing, we're developing, we're in the best shape of our life, and we've made major changes, and we're going to continue to make major changes in our life. But the same thing keeps happening when I make changes. The same thing keeps happening when men make changes inside our Leader 365 program. And that is how they change how they view themselves. When we change how we view ourselves through a certain method and certain principles, then we'll wake up and one day in our life will never be the same again. Now, to get to this point where you are thriving, where your confidence is at a whole new level, where you truly believe in who you are, you're snapping up opportunities, your life is improving, you're in the best shape of your life, and you're truly making the progress that you want to make, you need to understand one thing, and that is how this mind works and how this mind operates. If you don't have an understanding of how that works, then you've got no chance for being or achieving or obtaining the life that you want. Now, the mind, like anything else, has a certain way to it. It has a mechanism inside of it that's going to operate in a certain way. And just like anything else in life, there's one key principle that we need to be aware of, and that is order. Now, Thomas Trord said in his book, right, that order is the great secret of life, or the great secret to success. If you want to be a man who gets results, then you need to bring your life into order. You need to bring your mind into order. Now, mind over everything. Mind has to be over everything, and that's top of the priority, because if you don't work on it, develop it, and build on it each day, then you cannot build the state you want to build, and you cannot ultimately be the guy that you want to be or the man that you want to be. Now, it comes down to this. Your mind must reflect the life that you want. Your mind must reflect your desire. That means you're going to have to question certain beliefs that are holding you back. That means you're going to have to question yourself on truly what's holding you back. And that means you're going to have to change your internal working and your mechanism to align with the life that you want. So one clear-cut question to ask you is yourself right now is, what results are you getting? Because I was getting results where my anxiety was sky high. I doubted myself. I had the worst self-esteem that you can imagine. Right? Family members were in a life that they hated. Mental health was high. Heavy, involved in alcohol. So my life was set down or towards a certain path. I believed that I was going to go down that path. I truly believed that my life was set. Until I hit rock bottom and realised, hold up a minute here, I can change my life. The way that I've been operating is down to the beliefs that I hold, and it's down to my own actions. So from here on out, I'm going to change my life, and that's exactly what I've done. But I've changed it from the inside out. I've changed my mindset up here, which most guys are neglecting, which they don't have an understanding of. Now, your mind, like anything else, has certain laws. Your mind, like anything else, works in order. If you get up your phone right now, right, your phone works in order. Your phone is structured in a way for you to use it. Your mind is no different. When you understand how your mind works, and you understand the structure, and you understand the internal mechanism, then you can start playing the game better. Now, right now, your mind is programmed to a way that is holding you back. Right now, your mind is programmed to a way that's filled up with limitation. And you believe in limitation. And that is why you're experiencing those results. Now, us as humans, we can think thoughts. No other creature or animal on the planet can do that in the whole of existence. Only us. Now, that has to tell you something. If we can do something that other creatures or animals can't, then that must mean that we are in an elevated state. Now, we can think thoughts. We can produce thoughts on our own accord. We can think whatever we want. Isn't that remarkable? Man, you can create your fucking life. You can literally create your life by producing your own thoughts and planting them inside your mechanism, inside your mind. Initially at the start, it's tough because you've got habits that are geared towards your downfall. There's beliefs that you've picked up over the years from childhood, from your environment. It's around money, business, action, self-image. It's been planted into your mind and it's caused you to think a certain way. Now, the thoughts that you're thinking right now are not even your thoughts. The limitations that you hold, the beliefs that you hold, are not even your beliefs. They're beliefs of past generations that have been passed down to your family, and they've been in your childhood environment, and you've picked them up, and you're operating in an automatic way. The mind operates in an automatic way. Once it has the data in the matrix, it produces the matrix. Because that's the way the mechanism works. Now, when you produce new thoughts and plant it into your mind, then you're giving your mind new data to operate from an automatic state. And it's as simple as that. Now, to control your mind is a hard job because your life has to be based around it. Your desire has to be there. This is just not a job that you do for 2 seconds and then you give up and you let it go. This is a job that you do ongoing. But when you are able to experience the results, then you'll want to keep on going. You need to study every day. You need to learn about your mind. You must understand how the great men operated. But you must understand yourself first. Understand what's holding you back. Understand the subconscious beliefs that have been stopping you in your track. Now, that's a different level of thinking and operating, and we're going to be bringing stuff like this more to the channel. Because I want to speak to men who are in my position, who want to obtain what I have obtained or want to build a better life. This channel is not for guys that are average or guys that don't want to have a better life or desire to understand more and know more. But it's always going to come down to action, but the right action, and understand how your internal mechanism and mind works. Because like I said, man, at the start, if you don't understand how it works, then you've got no chance in hell of building the life that you want and walking in the state that you want to walk in. Now, we've been dedicated to this. We have produced results, and we're going to continue to produce results. But for me, one thing is clear and certain. I want to live, and I do live, a clean and simple life. Now, you have to understand and know what it is that you want. But don't get caught up in the bullshit of today's world. Watch your actions. Watch your thoughts. When a limitation pops up in your mind, ask yourself, is that really the belief that you want? Because when you come to an understanding and realization that you can change your life, then that's when it all changes. So, man, to summarize here, you can think thoughts. Ponder on that. You can produce any thought that you want, but the thoughts that you're thinking at the moment are aligned with an automatic mechanism in your mind that has been on autopilot for the past few years. Now, the thoughts that cause you to think that way are not even the thoughts that you selected. It's through your environment or your childhood or past generations. For you to change your life, you need to change yourself. And it all starts in here, and understand how that works. Study the greats, put in the work, put in the time, and build into a peaceful state. That's the key here. Calmness and building peace. But to live above average, you're going to have to understand and know above average knowledge to get above average results. Now the game starts now. Understand how your mind works, and let's get to work.